Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mecha Nights. There are so few combinations of two words that I enjoy hearing together as I enjoy hearing mecha and anything. Oh, great. So there's this.
April 4th, 2049, the Second Cold War. A conflict that has been simmering for as long as I can remember finally hit its boiling point.
So this guy, and I get it, because this is a small dev team. So clearly we're not going to go and pick up a bunch of, like, SAG-AFTRA voice actors. But I definitely feel like this is maybe the developer himself or somebody on, like, the little team just sort of throwing it together. And it kind of shows the mic work, you can tell, is a little bit not great. And I know I don't get to judge anybody on that. I'm fully aware that my mic technique is just horrific.
Experts are sure it's enough
but
to tip the scales of peace.
Yeah, it's just it's like a new Cold War storyline, right? Like, the weird part about this, though, is it goes so far out of its way to set up this, like, the new Cold War thing, and then kind of steals that away, like, out from under us pretty early on, and it gets into what the game's, like, really about. So it's I don't know, I had this suspicion that maybe they might have been intending to make a different game originally, maybe to, like, make a modern, I guess like a how do I not give this away, like a modern war story, or like a near future war story with just, some mechs and cool stuff. But then they went a really different track with it. So I'm gonna get the movement out of the way. But yeah, the voice acting, is cringy. I have some questions about
Ethan,
animations.
my new wingman. We might as well get to know each other.
Like how when I stop moving to the side, the legs snap like really fast back to neutral. Bam. And there's no, like, if anyone's familiar with Armored Core, there'd be kind of like a little stomping motion as you turn, but right here it's just like you just spin frictionlessly.
Follow the instruction on your HUD.
All right, we move. The Suicide Platoon, like, it's so gritty.
No kidding, a teacher's pet.
And the lead character is doing his best, like, budget Kurt Russell.
Really?
Okay, another animation is these boosters right here. They just, like, snap to the sides in a single frame. There's no, like, what do they call it, tweening or easing of the animation.
Work a test job my entire life. No thanks.
Hold space.
Serve my country.
Calm down, pilot. The list is not over yet.
But yeah, for all of its
Bro, you must be even dumber than you look if you think she's got an interest in anything but telling you
God,
what to
this
do.
is so cringe.
She can order me around any day.
Oh God.
Thank God for the military mobile unit, am I right?
But for all of its
This
faults,
is how the war was meant to be experienced.
for all of its
From a
faults,
gigantic killing machine.
that dialogue, though, for all of its faults, the game itself is actually very solid. Like, the gameplay, the actual, like, gameplay loop is satisfying. And, it controls and handles really nicely. So I enjoy it, and one has to enjoy it for what it is, which is just like fan service for people who want stompy mechs, and then kinda gets into some other stuff. It sets itself apart in a different way a little bit later on. I gotta get the monies. Press F to change camera. So I'm also going around and collecting the pickups, which is like a nice touch, right? Like, it's charming and arcadey. Whoops. Where things like Armored Core can get a little maybe overly obsessed with the gritty realistic element. These guys managed to keep it I mean, I'm not going to say light-hearted, but the gameplay experience is very pure. Very pure. It's not trying to do too much. It does exactly what it is trying to do.
Time for resupply. If you have a supply beacon equipped as a system module,
With,
can
yeah,
call in
like I say,
supply
some nice
kits
little
from
touches.
Allied helicopters at drop zones marked as H on your map. They will head to the nearest drop zone if there are more in the mission area. Each drop will provide ammunition, repair kits, and fuel.
All right, let me push the button. There we go. I think it's going to go to that one right there.
Echo 7, the supply helicopter
Okay,
will soon
but,
arrive at the drop site.
So it's very good about maintaining the sense of fun and the pickups. It's like ammo and fuel and armor. Like, you don't want your you don't want your weapons to run dry. You don't want to lose all your armor and die. You don't want to end up lower mobility because you run out of booster fuel, right? So it gives you this incentive to sort of like scramble around and look for the power-ups to try and sort of keep yourself going, because all of those resources, ammo and health and booster fuel, can disappear very quickly. And that
Echo
is
7, Echo 8,
still...
Our
I'm still
drones
trying
show
not to give
Russian
away
tanks
the
approaching the border. Move to intercept immediately.
core
Copy
gameplay.
that, Command. Echo 7 on the move.
So right
How the hell
here,
did they do that?
we get
They know we're stationed here.
tanks.
Fuck if I know. Let's go greet Ivan.
Yeah. Swearing and nationalist references. That is how one does it. So now we get some live squishy targets. Dumb tanks. A lot faster than you, gentlemen. I've got these big feck off jet boosters on the back of my giant death machine. So as you can see, like, I'm at like half energy right now. And I'm looking to see now if there's a way that I can generate some more energy. Because mobility matters here. Like, for sure. Energy below 25%. Wondering if there was any energies. I remember seeing a few energy tanks variously on this map. Go. Love that the cannons are burst fire. Who never does burst fire cannons? There's some NLG. Ha, noise. It's fine. Energy not below 25%. Calm yourselves. Can't hit him because of the bridge? Okay. So right there, the hitboxing, feel like... Do you also feel like bullets should have been tracking through that bridge? I do. But it's alright, though. Not gonna get all bent outy shape about it.
Another wave incoming.
Another wave?
Fuck. This shit is getting serious.
Fuck, shit, oh, fuck. Shit, fucking my fuck of the shit, oh. Like, it doesn't get, and I know I don't really get to judge, because I swear pretty freely. But it feels like almost a cheap attempt to make it like adult content. which is kind of sad because it did so much so right that I didn't need that to be the part where it fails. I didn't need that to be something that I judged it for. Nonetheless, what I will say is that there's not a lot of like cutscenes or anything. Like, all the dialogue is front loaded pretty hard. So you only really have to deal with the characters going on the diatribes when you first start. It doesn't really keep up too much. Which I guess is like, it's a mercy. I appreciate that.
What the fuck is happening?
Oh shit, lads.
Alert! Our satellites
She's
are
a
picking up
nuke.
strong heat signatures across the border.
That's a nuke.
We have what we believe to be
Coming
nuclear
from,
detonations
I
in
believe,
Russian territory.
if I turn that way, it's
Russia was
going left to right.
nuking
Turn that
by
right,
us.
it's going left to right. If I go that way, it's going right to left.
We must wait for new orders.
So the only way
Remain in your
I get
positions.
the even shockwaves is if I point that way. So I think the explosion was over that mountain. I am very sorry to that mountain and all of its family, of which I'm sure it had an expansive one. All right, what do we got? What do we get? What do we get? So here's the thing: you pick up the items, and they give you parts and weapons, and then you pick up monies, and you get the monies. So it's gonna got that nice like equipment collection element to the game that I enjoy. So that's cool. You find yourself like kind of going out of your way to try and move around to where places are and get your parts because you want, you know, more options is good. All right, so real quick, you can do head, torso, arms, and like the bottom section, including the boosters and the legs, in a very Armored Core-esque way. Targeting +5, radar range +400, lock on limit +3, but I lose a little bit of HP and energy regen. Whereas this guy, I get some more HP, some more radar range anyway, +2 lock on limit, and no drop in energy regen. So that's what we're going to go with. As far as torsos, we're on A1. Energy capacity goes up, regen goes up, and cooling goes up. Yes, please. There's the light and the heavy variant of the torso we already had equipped. Arms, I think we just have the same set of arms. Oh no, I've got the heavy arms. So the targeting is worse. The recoil and cooling are worse. But the HP is an increase. I think I'm cool. I want cooling. I'm really looking pretty directly cool. +300 HP, +1 booster speed, plus a little bit of mass, plus on energy use. Whereas these are much faster at a drop of HP, a drop of energy cap, and worse energy use, but they're also lighter and faster. I like that. And for the legs, we can improve our walk speed at a bit of an HP drop and significantly greater mass. But they look dope. I love it. For weapons, you got your hand weapons and you got your arm weapons. The automatic shotgun, by the way, is an absolute monster. Left hand, I got a MAR and the DS. More damage, more ammo, greater range, more heat. Fires slower. I'm gonna go with that. Shoulders, we get missiles, we get rockets. You only get one set of missiles, one set of rockets. All right, we will keep the cannon on the left, and we'll put some missiles on the right. That's a boy. That's a big mechy boy. Look right here. This guy's here to play. All right, equipment. There's also a bunch of additional stuff, more passive things, external battery power at an increase of mass, like kind of always going to take energy cap. I'm going to put that on the right side, so there's this big like external battery chunk pack that lives on there. And on the right leg, I'm going to put a steel plate. Wait, no, left leg for the steel plate. What? Too late. All right, I'll move it later. Oh, and then active and passive modules. There's an upgrade system. It's kind of like a tree-based thing. That is what money gets spent on. And what I like to do with the starting monies is upgrade passive and active module slots. I've got like $100 bucks. That's $1,000. That was $100. I was like, that is very cheap ammunition. So we can equip multiple modules. So for active modules, we've got the this is supply drop beacon, and I'm going to equip the night vision. And then passive modules, I can go with a generator and an auxiliary cooler. But you know, you can take more armor, more batteries, power packs, whatever. That sort of stuff. I will paint this thing later on. So that's really it. You come out here, check the pieces that you've acquired, do your sort of do your redesigns, and then go out and take on some missions. And the mission that we're going to do right here, have we got time? Yeah, I'll run long on this first one. I want to get into the premise. So Russia got nuked, maybe by us, and it's all going wrong. And now we have been sent to go and rescue a battalion of our soldiers
Echo 7. Due to the Russians' electronic curtain, we've
who
lost
have been
contact
having
with the
a
5th
bad time.
Mechanized Infantry Battalion. They were holed up in a village about 1 click from your position.
Night vision's
I need
cute.
you to confirm their status. If
I will
comms are
activate that
down
later
and
though
you
because
need
it reduces
support,
my
give us a flare and
energy
I'll send in the cavalry.
generation.
Be advised, Echo 7, retaliate only if fired upon.
But we,
Do
only
not
if fired
engage
upon.
the Russians unless they open fire on you.
All right, can do.
Copy that.
We're calling them Russians now and not
Tensions
Ivans.
high, huh?
You heard
I
the
mean,
lady.
it's whatever, man.
Infantry
As
needs
long as
our
you're
help.
happy.
We're moving out. Take up a
Okay,
position
can't go in the water.
over
I
to
wanted
the
to check
east.
that. Never,
I'll sweep around from the north.
never looked at that before.
Yep, got you covered.
So me and Wingman Jake,
Ethan,
who
I've
has
got something on the short range comm.
effectively no
I'm passing it
character.
through to you.
Like I say, it's a lot of it. Story and dialogue design is really where, and I want to reiterate that I love this game.
This is Echo 7. Hold on.
But
We're
it's just
almost
that's
there.
really where it shows its lack of breeding, or where it shows its origins as a more local effort, shall we say? Yeah, that story and dialogue, and I would love to see them, like maybe get some people
I
in
see
to
the village.
do that,
I got
who
you.
have a decent degree of experience or whatever. Oh
Jesus,
boy,
what the fuck
these kids
happened
had a
here?
bad time.
Are you seeing this?
Ethan,
Oh, don't step on the mans. They are squishy.
it's
You will squish the mans,
What is it? Jake!
and you will feel bad if you do that.
I don't fucking
Jake?
know, but they're coming right for you. Get ready.
Jakey Jake. Cakey Jakey. And here we find out what destroyed our team. There's these things.
Holy fuck, what in the hell are those things?
There we are.
There. They're
And
not
so
real.
this is where the
They can't
game
be.
gives itself away.
Fire! Open fire!
This is it is now operating in its intended mode, right? Like this is what this game is. It is just defending frantically against hordes of enemies.
Get the fuck out of there.
Our guys are still in there.
Gross,
Can't leave them
like
behind.
shambling
Set up a flare.
disasters.
Cover me.
You know, who just and it really captures that thing, that defense against the sort of tireless defense against the oncoming like tide of bad stuff. And that desperate, just like, gotta hold him back. Come on, come on. And you kind of want to push forward because when they die, they drop stuff. I like stuff. It lets me build more dope mechs. Or like jam more cool parts into my existing dope mech. Whatever, whatever floats your boat. See what floats my boat. This auto shotgun. And yeah, it really is nice, especially when you. So I'm not kind of too stressed about the early level. It's pretty simple. Blast these fools, but where you start getting into the later missions that are a lot more tricky because they got like densities of larger enemies that require you to, you know, start doing like messy target prioritization. That's where it really gets hectic. Like on occasions it can get like legitimately sketchy.
Echo 7, we got your flare.
Oh boy. Is that the boys?
Shit. What the fuck are those?
Is that your boy? Yeah, right.
It doesn't
That's
matter.
what we were trying to
Just kill
figure
them
out.
all. Every one of them.
Yeah. Doesn't matter, just kill them all. Like, but I after this episode, I'm not gonna keep going on about it. I don't want to get like stuck in on that. Oh, it's the heli boys. Get on, you helis. Did the Manza live? Did the Manza live? Yeah, look, they shooting. You can do it, boys. You can do it. You are the pride of your hometown. You are a folk hero in parochial nowhere, Indiana. So here's another thing you may have just noticed. I got bonked like one time real quick by that guy with the big arm. And he wrecked me. Oh, the strafing run. The strafing run. The viciousness. The viciousness. Oh, and I really haven't, like, gotten stuck in with my cannon yet, either. So you can carry all 4 weapons. And your ideal scenario is that most of the time, all of those weapons are firing. And there definitely get to being some missions later on where that's the case also. There's some gear and some more ammo. Like, kind of like breaching back and forth through the line. Now, in a lot of cases, you can arrange them to where they're coming from only a single direction. And you can kind of funnel them like that. Or in some missions, you can catch them in like choke points. But for this one, it's kind of just like a hectic melee.
I can't believe we made it out.
There we go.
Command's going to shit themselves when they see the combat footage.
I really hope they
Believe
don't.
it myself.
Command usually has some really
What the hell
fancy
were
chairs.
those things? Someone better have an explanation for this shit.
And I love that my 2 little dudes
End of
lived.
the world type shit.
My 2 little dudes lived. I'm so happy. All the tanks got blown up. But the squishy little mans, they got there. So pleased. So I am excited to get going with this. And I really hope you'll stick with me on this one and join me for what is going to be Kade Plays Mecha Knights. So for now, I have been Kade. This has been Mecha Knights. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.